Coach Keith Keppner here. I'm going to do a response to a video I saw of Teddy Atlas talking about short guys with the last fight with Boots Ennis and Staniosis, Staniosis, and he had some great points, and so I want to react to it out of educational purposes and give my thoughts, because this is important stuff that you need to think about and know about if you're shorter. Let's take a listen.
Would you please do that your fighters a real service and teach them the jab? Don't throw away. Don't abandon the jab just because the other guy is taller.
Yes, big thing. I see it all the time in the gym. Short guys think that the jab has no place for them. They watch Joe Frazier. They watch, he's going to mention Mike Tyson. They watch Mike Tyson. They watch all these guys, and they think, man, all I got to do is have big left hooks. I got to have big overhand rights. That's what I do as a short guy, right, coach? Not the case. Not the case. And sometimes, like Teddy says, coaches are guilty of this too, for not teaching their short guy how to fight short, and this is how you do it.
If Mike Tyson did that, he never would have won a fight because he was shorter than everyone. But he still out-jabbed taller guys.
Yep, that's one of the things that with everything else you see, it's just like what I talk about with fighters, that you think of the highlight reels. You think of the fancy stuff they do. It's like Muhammad Ali. Was he great because of the Ali shuffle? No. It was because of, for instance, his jab, his footwork, as far as his actual ring movement, not the Ali shuffle. We think of the highlights, but we don't think of the foundation that allowed for the highlight to happen, which was, like he's saying in Tyson's case, when Tyson was on, the jab. And with most great short fighters, and any fighter of any size, the jab.
He used the jab to set up his power, to take away a lot of the other guy's ability to box on the outside. He stabilized him on the outside. When Stanonis used the jab in spots, you could see he was markedly better.
See that a lot of times, guys, shorter guys in a fight, they'll be jabbing, and they're having success with it, but then they go away from it. And it's literally not even because the taller guy was countering the jab and taking the jab away from them. They forget about it. They go back to this idea of, I'm just going to do high guard, walk in and throw bombs. No.
But again, it frustrates me in this business where you'll see guys that they have a shorter guy, they figure out no sense in dealing with the jab. We just got to look for power shots. No, it's even more important now that you're shorter, that you use the jab. So you don't get relegated to a place where you're desperate, only looking for power shots. It's more important. It's more important that the short guy use the jab than the tall guy.
That's very true. That's very true. Like he said it so well. The short guy, it's like I tell my guys, when you're shorter and the guy's longer than you, the punch that's going to have the highest likelihood of landing is your jab. That's going to be your best counter punch. And you see some really good short fighters. Think of one like Dwight Muhammad Kwai, shortest light heavyweight champion in the history of boxing. He had a great jab as a counter. And if you're trying to always counter with the right hand or left hook as a short guy, you're going to miss your mark a lot of times against a longer guy because it's not as long of a punch. The jab, harder to see. Like you said, stabilizes people, controls people, but it's a great counter punch and also can be a great power punch when done right.
Because the tall guy's got range. If you don't use the jab, he's still got a shot to time you on the way in where he has an edge, that he can hit you before you can hit him.
That's true. With the taller guy, they have an opportunity, theoretically, to hit you before you can even hit them, and they can do that theoretically with any shot. Your jab is the one punch that's going to neutralize the playing field for you. It's going to allow you to be an equal in length, because if that tall guy doesn't jab much at all, or doesn't utilize it properly, or if he can get by it, then when you use your jab as a shorter person, you now are making yourself on that even field and can dominate. That's what we got to remember that the name of the game when you're fighting someone is if we can control their head. If we can control their head, if you can fight someone and keep their head like this, that's great. How do you keep their head like this? By popping it with a jab. And then, of course, you jab other places as well. But by that mere idea, like my father talked about so much, like Chuck Bodak talked about so much, if we can control someone's head, we can control their body. And that jab allows you as a shorter person to do that. My favorite punch when I boxed was my jab and my left hook. But when I was doing the best that I did, which still wasn't that great, but it was okay, I had a great, hard, snappy, fast jab that I'd throw off a head movement. So often guys will do their head movement, weave and bobbing, etc., and they will come out with a big, wide shot. And yes, if it lands, it's great, but most of the time it doesn't against a better competition. But when you come out with a sharp, snappy, yet hard jab that you step in behind, man, you nullify the range difference and you land it 9 times out of 10, and it sets you up for everything else. And if they're worried about that hard jab coming up the middle, guess what? Now they're open for all that other stuff that you're trying to throw around. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click like, click subscribe, consider buying me a cup of coffee with a super thanks. Also, check out the Patreon page where you can get custom elite high-level programs where you and I will work one-on-one to make you a better fighter. And yeah, also make sure you check out this video right here. See you there.